All right, it is EJ versus Degenerate, week number 2. And I'm here, of course, with the Degenerate himself, Zachary. Zach, what's up?
Nada, man.
So we
Freaking,
go
I
ahead.
gotta start off. I gotta bitch about Pittsburgh.
The
They
Steelers.
fucked me so hard on two different parlays while out in Vegas.
Yeah, you were
They
texting us
they
and me
didn't
and
show
Chris, and
up
that was
at all. Yeah, I mean, I hit one, so I broke even for the trip.
that's
But
good. That's good. At least you didn't lose.
yeah,
That's always the first thing. Is like, did you lose? No, good. The trip was good. You know what I mean? I actually, glad at the last minute I pulled away and didn't throw the Steelers in my parlay. Because that was my upset of the week. But Minnesota fucked me actually on my 14 parlay that I hit 3 to 4 legs, and Minnesota fortunately can do their job. So is what
damn,
it is.
that was
Uh,
too risky.
yeah. Anyway, we ended up tied this week, you and I, at 6 wins apiece this week. So right now we'll tie going to the year, of course. So week number 2, as you guys know, we pick the games, get the spread. You and I, we just figure out, I don't know whether we like the spread or we like the over under, and we pick it, and whoever has the most most correct wins that week, of course. So without further ado, let's get to week number 2 slate. First off, tomorrow night as we're recording, the Vikings hit the Philadelphia, face the Eagles. The Eagles are now 6.5 point favorites. The over under is 49. This spread lowered a little bit now. It was 7.5 last night. Now it's 6.5. I'm a little surprised by that.
Well, they announced like within the last hour or two, like three different players out for the Eagles.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I mean when you lose your starting corner, your starting safety, and then your running back who had like 15 carries from week one.
Oh,
Uh,
Gainwell. I just see Gainwell was actually hurt. I don't know if he's out for this week though.
yeah,
Yeah,
Bradbury and someone else.
yeah. Even so, um, Minnesota. I think what I saw Minnesota. Look, I think many people believe that they're going to regress from last year, from the 13-4 year. Look, they're 13-4 with a -5 point differential. That would include that they were way more valid than they should have been. Um, and folks believe that they're going to come back to earth this year, but I think this losing Tampa Bay at home, sorry, that's a bad look. Um,
Tampa
even with,
has some weapons.
I agree, but Minnesota, I mean, they should at least win the game by touchdown at least. So I like Philadelphia this week, man. I'm sorry, even with the injuries, I'll say Philadelphia. I think that they won against New England this past week, but it was one of those games where they weren't their best selves. I mean, obviously the pass defense is really good, so we will give them credit there. But I think Philadelphia wants to have they're home also on top of that too. I think they're looking for a good one here, a good win here. So I think that they'll win. They'll still cover this game by a touchdown. Still got Eagles. Who you got?
I just find it funny that it's only 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the reason why it's 6.5 is because of Kirk Cousins' record in primetime games.
And this is what? What is this called on Thursday Night Football? We call that what?
Oh, it's primetime,
There
baby.
we go. So
Everybody will be watching them.
what do we do on when it happens?
Uh, I mean, it's an awfully big spread, but no, you're right. I'll take Philly.
Smart guy. I knew you were going to psych yourself over that one. Come on now. All right, next one. Here we go to the Sunday games. You got the Green Bay Packers heading to Atlanta, face the Falcons. The Packers are 1.5 point favorites. The over under is 40.5. Zach, we going with this one?
I actually like the Packers again. All right. I think that I someone told me Jones might be out, and I think Watson. But if they're game time and one of the two can play, then I think Green Bay handles it.
So I see where you're going on that one. I don't disagree with you. I was leaning Packers. This game is in Atlanta though. Um, but I feel like the safe bet is probably taking the over. This number is low enough to where you can say, okay, I can see a 23-20 game here on this one. Packers winning on the road. But I feel like the safe bet is the over. Green Bay looked like a complete team on Sunday. Now, granted, Chicago, maybe not as good as we thought they'd be this year, but look, complete team there. The way they beat Green Bay, beat Chicago rather on Sunday was one of the most impressive wins of the week, in my opinion. Honestly.
No, I agree, and I actually think Chicago has better quarterback play than what Atlanta offers. So I just don't know if you're missing your top two offensive stars for Green Bay if you can get it hit even a low over.
So you can go Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next one. The Las Vegas Raiders heading to Buffalo. They face the Bills. The Bills are currently 9.5-point favorites. The over-under is 47. What a tough loss to the Bills on Monday night. Even without Aaron Rodgers, who played, 4 plays?
It should have been 4 turnovers for oh my god, the quarterback, Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah. When the ref saved the one that was a strip and they called forward progress, that hurt the Jets just as much as losing Aaron Rodgers to start that game.
I know. I think the Bills are seething from this loss on Monday. I think Vegas looked decent in Denver. Buffalo's at home. I think home cooking here for the Bills. Getting Bills to cover this game pretty handily.
I agree, and I think Stephon Diggs has a huge game, not getting covered by Sauce Gardner all day.
Yeah, and and he was actually pretty good on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the last drive of the game. The second last drive of the game when they tied the game to go to overtime. So, all right, next one. This is gonna be a really good one. Probably game of the week. The arguably game of the week. Baltimore Ravens heading to Cincinnati face the Bengals. The Bengals are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 46. Now the Bengals did go 0-2 last year. Start the year before going 12-4. So it wouldn't shock me if that would have happened, and I still wouldn't panic if it went 0-2. This year feels a little different because last year when it went 0-2, there was 2 close games for starters. Number one, but the way they lost to Cleveland last week, look, I think I'm not too worried about the Bengals right now. Even after losing 24-3, I think the Browns are better than people give them credit for. But I feel like the safe bet here, and by the way, Baltimore not that impressive, even though they won against Houston and even covered. I wasn't that impressed with that win, honestly. I'm gonna take the under in this one. This is a slobber knocker. 46 points seems very high.
Look, I don't know what I'd be more stressed about. If I was a Cincy fan, Joe Burrow could not beat the Browns. But the way in which Lamar looked in the first game of a new offensive system, it looked bad for 3 quarters. So, man, this is the first year I've been nervous about the Ravens.
And you're like a Raven kind of Raven fan, kind of sort of.
Oh, they're my second team.
Here we go.
They're my second team, and I don't know if moving away from the old system was right for Lamar. I get it. He's trying to prove he can play quarterback or be a passing quarterback over a mobile quarterback. But give me Cincinnati to cover.
Oh wow. Okay. So the Bengals bounce back. Okay. Cool. Interesting. All right. Next one here. We have the Seattle Seahawks heading to Detroit to face the Lions. Detroit 5.5-point favorites. Over under 47 points. Of course, Detroit big win in KC last week, opening night of the season. Seattle. Ooh. Not that they lost the game, but the way they lost. That game was not really close, honestly. At home against the Rams, Matthew Stafford bounce back. We'll talk about it later. Detroit, as good as they looked against KC, probably still should have lost that game. Let's be real about that. KC, I feel I'm not knocking Detroit. They made my rankings this week. They're number 8, in fact, my rankings this week. But I feel like KC lost that game more than Detroit won that game, honestly. That being said, I'm not big on Seattle this year. I think they're coming to earth this year. Detroit is much better than people. Well, I won't say better because people believe they're really good this year. I'm taking Detroit to win this game. I think they'll cover this game. Honestly, I don't think Seattle's that good. Honestly, I think they're overrated. So you Detroit to cover this game.
I'm a little more in the fear column of Detroit Lions managed to squeak out a 1-point victory with all the gifts they had from Kansas City. No Kelsey, no Jones on the other side. I thought that was all the drops. I know a wide receiver, if he was playing in New York, would be cut today. But amazingly, he's still on the roster in Kansas City.
Yeah.
But so for the Lions, I'm a little fearful they're going to cover 5.5. But I like them to win, so give me the over.
Okay. It's funny the over because I thought about that because last year when they played in week 6 or 5 it was 48-45. Both these teams same spot, same place in Detroit. And actually this is the game that cost Detroit the playoff spot, honestly, because it came down to the final day of the year and Seattle Detroit was the final seed. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'm with you on that one. The fear of Detroit, and I think Vegas knows that. That's why the line's is as low as it is. So you have to come up with a win against KC. So I agree with you on that. All right. Next one here, you have the LA Chargers heading to Tennessee face the Titans. The Chargers are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 45. Zach, where you going on this one?
I'm taking the Chargers. Look, they got unfortunately placed in one of the toughest games to open the season. All right. The only team they could have probably played to open the season in a tougher position would have been Kansas City, division rival game. All right. Now they get to go play the Titans, who struggle to score the ball against anybody, and they're going to be expected to put up 30 points if they want to keep up. I love the Chargers in this game. I don't care about it coming East Coast. Man, that's almost middle of the country.
I'm kind of with you on that one, but I also feel like, and follow me here, I kind of think the under might be in play. I think Chargers win this game, but I think Tennessee's going to try to force their will on the Chargers and slow the game down with Derrick Henry. So I think the under is more at the play here for me. I see like a 24-20 type of situation here. Top of. So just because Chargers will score some points, but I think Tennessee will try to play ball control to keep the ball away from.
I mean, 24-20 still gives me the cover, but you'd be making me sweat. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Whoa. Okay. That's interesting. All right, next one here we have the Chicago Bears heading to Tampa face the Buccaneers. The Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. The over/under is 41. Bucks, like I said, big win in Minnesota last week. We have said that on this podcast that the over number was 6.5 wins this year, and I think both of us we got on the same page that they could flirt that 7th win because that schedule and the Baker Mayfield in that and the receiving core is still pretty good. Baker has opportunity here to turn things around. No one's talking about that, of course. Chicago last week, disappointing. Not that they lost the game, the way they lost. Is that one anomaly? I don't know. I'll take the over in this one. Over in this one, 41 points. I think Chicago played much better this week. Don't know who wins the game, to be honest with you. One weekend, you only have a one game sample. How good these teams are right now, and I'm still curious if the Bears are really that bad still. So, but give me over in this one.
Yeah. Damn, I don't know where to go on this one at all. I could easily see a 13-10 game just out of pure trash all day long.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I could see 27-24 where the defense can't show up.
That number's low enough, too. 41 points. That's low enough.
Exactly. It's so low, it scares you from an under.
Yeah.
So I want to take Tampa to cover at home.
2-0 Bucks, huh? Interesting. I mean, in your eyes.
Chicago doesn't have enough, in my opinion, if it were to become a back and forth game.
Right. This is definitely a stay away game, gambling wise. I am not touching this game whatsoever on any point, without question. All right, this is the game of the week. Kansas City Chiefs heading Jacksonville face the Jaguars. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 51 points. Oh boy, Jags want to know. Look shaky in the first half, first 3 quarters. Turn things around in the fourth quarter. Got to give credit for that one. Chiefs, Chris Jones got his deal finally. I think Kelsey's clear to play this week, right? Or it looks like he's going to be playing.
I haven't heard about Kelsey. Jones says he can play, but what's he going to give you? 25 to 30 snaps. I
Can
don't
we?
care how much you train. It's going to be like 25, 30 snaps.
Right. Can you see the Chiefs down 0-2? I don't know, man.
No. No, I can't.
I'm going over. I'm scared. I'm going over. I want to go KC, man, but the Jags early season games, the Jags too. Also, I mean, if the Chiefs are gonna have some mistakes and have some like throwaway games, do it early. But give me the over in this one.
I'm in agreement. I'm just too scared to take Kansas City to win and cover.
You going over?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, next one. The Indianapolis Colts head to Houston to face their I almost said the Rockets. Said the Texans. Colts, 1-point favorites on the road. Over under 39.5. Another stay away type game. That over under is kind of scary for me though. That's way too low. That tempting to take the over, huh? But I don't know. I might still take the under. Oh, man, I might still take the under. I'm going under. Even though it's 39.5, I'll take under.
I know Davis Mills isn't playing, or at least isn't starting. But give me Houston. I just think CJ Stroud is going to be the better quarterback, and I think it'll even be on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So you going? Who you going again?
Houston.
Houston. All right. First one of the year. All right. Next one, we have the San Francisco 49ers heading to LA to face the Rams. The Niners are 8-point favorites. The over-under is 44.5. Yo, the Matthew Stafford redemption tour. Are we believing this guy? No Cooper Cup for the first 4 weeks. No problem. 2 receivers caught the ball 119 yards each in Seattle. I'm feeling that.
There were people saying he was going to be one of the 2 or 3 worst quarterbacks in the NFC. So, yeah, I think he's got motivation from everything he saw over the summer. And he leans on the fact he was injured last season and he had to be shut down. So 2 years ago he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, can we not forget that this team's won a Super Bowl like literally 18 months ago? I'm not saying that they're as good as they were, but there's still pieces there of that team on that roster, and they're healthier than they were last year. Let's not forget that. I'm not. Look, I think San Fran might still win this game. Give me the Rams +8 here. Seriously, I think the Rams keep this game competitive.
Give me the 49ers.
They look good, man. Last week, number one this week. They look good. But can you see 2 games in a row of this on the road? Although it's not really a road game. To be honest with you, a lot of Niner fans go to LA, so honestly, it's really a home game for the Niners. To be real.
Yeah, I can. The way in which that defense played, yeah.
I agree. Niners win the game. I just think the Rams keep it on 8 points at least. Can't see them doing 2 blowouts like that. That's me though. All right. New York Giants heading to Arizona to face the Cardinals. The Giants 5.5-point favorites, over under 40. So we're going to talk about this now? We're going to talk about the Giants? What are we going to do?
I just want you to know what's coming your way, man. If you guys get embarrassed and lose, your season is officially over.
I already said, if they lose this game, look, they were in my bottom 5 this week. If they lose this game, though, they're number 3 too.
It would be scary.
I'm going to go with my gut here, take the Giants to cover this game, even on the road, because they have no fucking choice but to win this game.
Did Saquon get hurt?
No, he's fine.
All right. I'll take you guys to cover.
All right, good job. All right, the New York Jets heading to Dallas face the Cowboys. The Cowboys now are 9.5-point favorites. The over-under is 39.5. Of course, we know the word. Aaron Rodgers out for the season. Maybe his career, I don't know yet. Although he has, I saw an Instagram post saying he's not saying he's going to retire. He's looking forward to coming back. Well, Dallas first. I mean, look, that team looked like a Super Bowl team last week defensively. Not a lot of play on offense because obviously defense did all the work. but they look like a great team. The Jets, though, the Zach Wilson redemption tour begins this week. Want to know out the gate? Um, Look, I'm not a big Zach Wilson fan, but I like the opportunity he's going to get here. You think he can turn around? You think he can prove that he's a starting quarterback in this league?
No, but what a sneaky pickup now that what Dallas did with Trey Lance. Could you imagine having that as a go-to as another fallback? Because you'd be running the same system. It's just moving the quarterback.
Yeah, yeah.
But oh, I could I can't envision it being a huge blowout because of how good the Jets defense is.
Yeah, it was good.
And so that's why I'm going to lean towards a very, very low under.
I almost went that direction too, but I think Dallas is just that damn good right now, and I think I can see Dallas covering this game at 9.5, and it's still a competitive game, but they pull away late just because the defense gets worn out. Or is that Wilson makes a mistake? That's what
No,
I see.
I could easily see that.
So I'm gonna go
But
Dallas.
I could see it, being like 21-3. And I got the under.
Right, right. Good point. All right, your boys, the Commanders, heading to Denver to face the Broncos. Broncos 3.5 point favorites, over under 38 points. I already told you I feel about the Commanders out to shoot up off the year. Look, you want to know? Cool. Look at you beat. Come on, can you cover against the Cardinals? Come on now, bro. Let's talk about them real quick. Russell Wilson, he wasn't bad in that game. He did his job,
Yeah.
but he wasn't special. And that's the thing. For me to really be convinced that Russ is back, I got to see special. I got to see less checkdowns and more chances taken down the field against the Vegas Raiders at home. So I'm kind of caused a pause here, and I'm a big Russ fan. You know that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I thought that was what Sean Payton's whole offense has always been, the check down. Like, we're going to throw a short pass, and if he's not open, we're going to check it down even shorter to the line of scrimmage. Like, did I miss the last 3 years of Drew Brees' career and what he would do with Taysom Hill and how he did fix Winston a little, but
Well, I'm gonna take a chance here. It's a home game for the Broncos. I know they lost last week, but I can't see losing 2 home games in a row. Give me Denver to cover the spread slightly.
so what do you think's more likely? The under or you being wrong and Washington covers? Washington wins.
Well, likely is the under probably.
All right. So I'll take Washington.
Homer. All right. Dolphins heading to New England face the Patriots. Dolphins 2.5 point favorites, over under 46.5. Ooh boy, Tua and Tyreek, man, sick, huh?
There is not a better wide receiver. There because there's just no one who can cover him. Every other wide receiver in this league can be covered except for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing. Um, again, we not to beat a dead horse, obviously, but we said when Tua's healthy and he's able to play football, this is how most Dolphin games look like. What we saw Sunday,
Yeah.
you know, and they have the most exciting offense in the league. Um, I will say the Pats though, Mac Jones. I will say to his credit, he looked really really solid against Philadelphia after a little slow start. Um, you did say during our season preview that the Patriots would be the greatest 5-12 team in the history of football. I could see that. Maybe they're better than 5-12 this year, and especially with the Jets now being down Aaron Rodgers, certainly probably the opportunity there to win probably 7 games now. That being said, um, I'm really curious about Bill Belichick schemes for this one. That's the thing that scares me. Belichick is the greatest at taking your best guy and forcing you to rely on the other guy. The thing is, though, what made Tua great on Sunday is that as great as Tyreek Hill was, other guys got involved too. Also on top of that, so I'm gonna go ahead and honestly, I'll take Miami. Fuck it, I'm taking it. Something feels different about this team. Historically, I would have gone the other way, maybe taking the over under, but I'm taking Miami. I'm believing this team right now with Tua, as long as he's healthy.
Yeah, I would be pounding this bet. I think this is the lock of the week.
Do you?
Yes. I wouldn't go mortgage, but I would definitely go lock.
Is there a mortgage this week? You haven't said anything yet about mortgages this
No,
week.
no. This is my lock of the week.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami. I think when all is said and done, this is double digit win.
Because look, it's only 2.5 points. So even if it's a close game, I can win by 3 or 4 points.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah.
Yeah, they could be up 3, could be up 7 late and get another score.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 Monday night games here. First, the Saints and Carolina face the Panthers. Saints are 3-point favorites. Over on is 40. Snooze fest probably for me. You know what though? I'll take a slight over on this one though. 40
This
points.
is what you should be talking about. This will show how powerful the NFL is. How many people actually watch this shit game?
Well, the problem is you have 2 games at the same time, like pretty much within the hour of each other.
Yeah,
So
1 hour difference. But you're gonna get to see what's being watched per channel.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if that still carries a high viewership at the end of the night, man, that's scary. How much the NFL has power over all the TV.
Personally, I think that the game behind that is going to be the one that carries the rating. Number one, and one has the Steelers.
Oh
So
yeah,
I mean,
you can't have it going dead for an hour if everyone switches off.
personally, not a fan of the 2 games on my night. Let's give me 1 game. I'm good.
Yeah, or do at least go 7-10, 6-9.
Yeah,
Don't,
if you're doing East West, at least something like that. Something like yeah. I mean, at least something like yeah. I'm with you. I got the over this one. Slide over.
same here.
No, okay. I'm not saying a high scoring game, but I definitely see some scoring. Some
Well,
points.
there's no way I'm taking. I could pick either team. So
Right. All right. Finally, last one here. The other Monday night game. The frisky Cleveland Browns head to Pittsburgh face the Steelers. The Browns are 2-point favorites on the road. The over under 39.5. That defense looks freaking good, man. And that carries well. And it gives Deshaun Watson a chance to take the cobwebs off. He was okay on Sunday against Cincinnati. Maybe he gets better as weeks progress. I don't know. I will say this though. They look like a complete team. If Deshaun Watson gets together and gets, I'm not even say he's the same guy he was in Houston 3-4 years ago, but if he gets, let's say, even 50% of that guy, this could be the biggest spoiler of the AFC, not Pittsburgh.
yeah.
Assuming this game plays out, wait is so.
Why would you even pay a guy that kind of money if you didn't think you were gonna get him again?
Oh, I agree, but I mean, but the Browns are the Browns, Zach. We're talking logic, and they don't execute logic.
They're not the Jets. I mean, they're gonna have some hope.
Well, I'm going the under in this one.
You're going the under.
Yeah, the AFC North slobber knocker.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland. I think Cleveland's gonna win again.
I'll tell you what, man. If they win this game, man, there'll be a lot of talk about the Browns being a playoff team. I still think the Bengals will be okay moving forward, but I mean, they could be the Ravens look kind of shaky at the shoot, even though they want to know. The Browns might be after Cincy the most complete team in the division. We'll see as the weeks come. So I'm just saying. So there you go. Like I said, we tied last week. So what happens there? Before we get going, quick FSU minute. We're 2-0. Blowout win against Southern Miss. No surprise there. I actually bet a parlay, and I was. It looks so bad in hindsight, but like I was actually sweating, betting that they can cover 31 points against Southern Miss, and they pretty much doubled the fucking number.
Well, no, I don't have any problem with sweating that because I watched him the first 3 years of Norvell's
Yeah.
coaching stint there, and we lost to shit team after shit team. So yes, this year might be different, but I'm not buying into that hope yet.
Well, they covered and then some. Although I lost the parlay because Utah fucked me. I'm on one, and I think FIU fucked. No, it was FAU. Yeah, FAU fucked me. So, but one more week. I mean, look at the schedule. Clemson. Now, granted, they did blow out whoever they played this weekend. I can't remember who it was. That was a tight game. They were actually, I think, 40-something point favorites in that game. And granted, they eventually covered, but that was a sweat for a little while at halftime. Um, Clemson, even after winning that game, out of the top 25 this week. I don't know if you saw that.
You cannot judge a team on how good they are against a JV school
Mm-hmm.
by whether or not they win by 30, 40, or 50. Now, you give me another Power 5 school and make the spread just 21, and what you can do then, that's impressive.
That being said, Clemson, it's clear 2 weeks in that they're not the same team. It's clear. And we should win that game in 2 weeks.
Dabu had his time.
Yeah.
As soon as you don't get the quarterback, you're over.
Yeah. So, Florida State, I mean, unless we know how good Duke is, or say Miami and say Florida down the road, Florida State, I'll say it again, not to get ahead of ourselves, but they should run the table. Should. Based on that schedule. But again, we have the whole year to play out. A lot of people we played. So we'll see. Who we play this week, by the way? Before we get going, who we play? We play some shit school this week. Let me look it up real quick. Florida State. ACC. We play Boston College at 12 o'clock.
And what's that spread,
28 and a half.
All right, see? Now this is a good judge of how good you are.
Actually lowered 2 points, 26 and a half now.
28's high.
26 and a half.
People bought it just to bring it down to like 27.
Would you bet Florida State to cover?
Huh?
Would you bet Florida State to cover?
No.
I'm kind of feel the same way too. It's in Boston College. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, if I'm going to bet this game, which I won't because my team, I'm betting BC in the points. Just because.
Yeah. Hey, I always had to believe. Bet against your team. That way, if your team wins, you're happy.
You lose.
If loses, you made money.
Exactly. Zachary, as always, every week on Twitter at FSU Know It All with a K, of course. And good job, man. And we'll see you next week.
All right, man.